It's just a quickie. We're going to do 2 combos. Just start with a little bit of knees. Hopefully you didn't hear that crack. We're just going to warm that up real quick. Stomach nice and tight as you pull the knees up. Think about rotating your hips forward and underneath you. Take it to a hamstring curl. Squeeze your shoulder blades, press those heels into the floor, and tighten your stomach. So no matter what you're doing, you're always going to be getting everything at the same time. So squeezing shoulder blades, focusing on the glutes, keeping those abs nice and tight. We're going to tap and reach overhead, stretch to the ceiling, still coming down on the heels, and your quads are a little bit tight as you bend those knees. And a nice little stretch across the body, forward. Yep, just reach as far as you can. Focus on keeping those abs tight and just using your exhales. And then a little tick-tock. Just lifting it out to the side. Hopefully you already have your light and heavy dumbbells and a mat. We'll be using all of those. Step touch. Good. Bring those knees up one more time. Our first exercise is going to involve the front lunge, so we're going to use those in our warm-up. So front lunge is step, stop, and drive straight back. Step and stop, drive straight back. Hands can be wherever you want. We will be holding on to dumbbells later. So just get focused on driving through the heel. Using your abdominals to keep you tight. Shoulder blades are pinched as always. And then we're going to hold it right here and just get a quick stretch through that hamstring. Your back is flat. Bending at the hips. Up top. Push those arms back by your ears. Push the hips underneath you. Weight goes on the back leg. Want to feel that hip flexor stretch. And maybe a little stretch in your back and shoulders too. So go ahead and switch legs. Shoulders back and down, stomach tight. We just bend at the hips. The arms are out, but they could easily be down or on your back too, because we're not reaching. We're just holding them there to stretch that hamstring. Coming up top. Arms way back. Bend a little bit. Push those hips underneath you. Put that weight on your back leg. Good. And then bring it in. Move those legs a little bit more. And since we're going to be doing some shoulder presses, let's just do a little practice here. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back and down and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. So really focus on the squeeze of the back and pulling the shoulders away from your ears and down towards your hips. Good. Up one more time. Over into the ceiling. Lift your upper body off of your hips. Same thing to the other side. I told you it's going to be a quick warm up. And up. Good. Back to the center. Loosen those shoulders. All right, we're going to start with just one dumbbell, or actually, if you want to use 2, I guess you could use 2, but we're only going to be using one arm for the shoulder press. So you're going to pinch the shoulder blades. We're going to be alternating the legs. So we're going to go in, whoops, and back. I don't know why I said whoops. Probably because I forgot to count. So that would be 2. Yep, each leg counts as 1. 3, and yes, there's a reason why you're not using the other dumbbell, because you're focusing on the obliques, focusing on your balance, using those abs to keep you tight and straight as you drive back. This is number 6. We're going for 10. Got plenty of time to focus. Good. You are also squeezing that shoulder blade as you come down. So remember, it's a press up and it's a squeeze coming down. All right, I think we have 2 more. So keep it tight. It should be a little cardiovascular, that's true. And speaking of that, that's what we'll be doing next. So let's go ahead and get right and left. I honestly don't remember which leg we started with, but we're going to set that down. Remember which arm you used, because we're going to go straight into some skaters. So skaters can be either 2 big steps like this, or we can reach low, or take out the middle. So any one of those 3, and we'll start now. 1, 2, 3. You can switch it up at any time. 4, 5, 7. I feel like I'm going slowly. It might be 9 and 10. So feel free to go faster than me. I have no problem with that. Heavy weights again. Alternating front lunge this time. Other side. Whoops. Yep. You might find one side's not as good as the other. So extra focus on the belly button pulling in. Keeping those abs nice and tight. Good. Driving off the heel. And squeezing that shoulder blade on the way down. There's a lot to think about. Whoops. Yeah, I thought too much, so I fell over. 6. And you know I don't always count right. 7. All right. Getting to the end here. Keep it tight. Land on the heel, drive off the heel. One more each leg. There we go. Set that down. And going back to skaters. So remember, it's either 2 big steps, or you can just get a little bit lower. You can also go tapping downward or take out the middle, right? So whichever one, always good to mix it up. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you're looking at the floor, not at me falling over. Whoops, my foot got stuck. We got 8, 9, and 10. Ooh. Okay, guess what? We got to do it all over again. Let's do it this time with only one dumbbell in one hand and see how it feels. Pinch the shoulder blades, alternating front lunge. Yeah, these alternating lunges are very cardiovascular. And this helps me to count on one hand. And this hand can go wherever you want. Land on the heel, push off the heel. Squeeze into that shoulder blade as the arm comes down. And I think I'm already off on how many we have, but we're going to call this one 7. Feel those abs tighten as you go back. And yes, each leg counts as one. So speaking of one more each side. Good. So this time on our skaters, we're going to do them a little differently. We're going to do skater holds. So what that means is we're going to go 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, hold. You can think of it as side, side, hold. All right. So you ready? No, those were warm up. They don't count. Step, step, hold. Whoops. Yeah, it's easy to lose your balance a little bit. That's why you land your body and stay on your slightly bent knee. 2. They're not meant to be fast. Because you're focusing on that balance. That's 5. I'm not sure what world I'm counting in, but that's what we're doing. 7. I think I'm counting each one. 8. Yeah, you've got to hold for a full second. 9. No, gentle falling. 10. So if you were doing them and you did something like this, that doesn't count. You got to hold it and you got to stick it. So other arm, front lunge. Yeah, we get you nice and winded and then we make you hold things. Pinch your shoulder blades. Here we go. Now, if you can't get as low, it's all right. You just keep the right form, which is stomach tight, shoulders back, squeeze into it. Remember to breathe. You're going to use those abs, especially when you're pushing back because it should be explosive. I'm counting that as number 7. So we go into 8. Good. Remember the back. Really important to keep those shoulder blades pinched. So that should be about 10. So one more round of this skater holds. Hopefully you held them pretty well. All right, you ready to start? Here we go. Maybe 1, 2, hold. That's 1. 1, 2, hold. That's 2. If you had more time, 2, hold. That's 3. You could certainly make each side 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, and you don't have to do the jump. Makes it more fun. 8. The balance is the important part here. 10. All right. And you're going to find one side's easier to balance on than the other, too. All right. Sip of water if you need it. Otherwise, going on to our next combo. For the second combo, you're still going to need your heavy weights. You're also going to need your mat. I'm going to go ahead and lay it out back here. We'll be doing shuffle tap for the cardio, so I'm going to actually do that right in front of the mat. And then we'll also be doing some inchworms. So beginning with the heavy weights. Actually, you might use your light weights too, so make sure they're close by. All right, shoulders back and down, feet apart. Let's focus on the row. Weight is on the heels. We come up. Good, so your body stays stiff. Your arms are pulling up because your shoulder blades are coming together. Stomach is tight. You exhale as you go up, squeezing in the stomach and getting those elbows a little higher at the top each time. And since we're not doing one arm and then the other, I don't have to count perfectly because I want you to make sure you get good ones. Pull it way up there. Try to keep those shoulder blades tight on the way down. Let's go 2 more. Good. So depending on how you feel, you can stay with those or you can grab your light weights because we're going to be doing a rotational squat. So, well, not rotational squat, but watch. Here, up, squat, up. All right, join me. So it's kind of a little bit of an active rest. It's also working on the obliques again, the abdominals, yeah, and some of your shoulders. So do think about squeezing your shoulder blades at the bottom. If you want it more cardiovascular, you can either go faster or you can use your heavy weights, or you can go lower in the squat. Lots of variations. No matter what level you're at, you can do this. And if the presses are too much, then don't do them. Just leave the hands right here. Okay, that was probably about 1.5 million. So we're going to stop right there. Set them down. We have a shuffle tap or a shuffle knee or 2 big steps. The 2 big steps would be your low impact shuffle. Your other versions would be shuffle, shuffle, tap. And that's if you want to get way down there and really do a lot more cardio work. Otherwise, it could be shuffle, shuffle, or step, step, knee. So here's your last variation. All right, so you've got choices. Let's go. I'm going to do shuffle tap. 1. They're going to count 1, 1, 2. You don't have to touch the floor, but you do want to squat low. 4, 5. Whoops, comes after 5. 6, 7. And you can switch it up. You want to switch to just the 2 big steps. If you get a little tired, just do a little bit of one in the other form. And let's finish here. Oop, forgot the tap. All right, so next exercise is the inchworm. Actually, I'm going to get on this side so I can see you. It's going to be inchworm with leg tap. So here we go. Hold, lift, lift, and back up. Now, if you want to at this point, you can go into that full burpee. I'm not going to, you know I get dizzy. So take it down. The other thing is if it's too hard on your shoulders, then we need to work on your planks. But you can also just hold a plank and not do the walk back and forth. Good. Hold, lift, lift. And if you don't want to lift the legs, just hold that plank longer. Uh-oh, was that 3 or 4? Lift, lift. We'll call it 5. Hold, tighten that stomach. Good. All right, the end is near. 7. That's why you take your time. Uh-huh. Number 8. Well, these take a long time, don't they? Ah, 2 more. All right. Last one, then we get a couple of seconds. Hold, up, up, walk it back strong. And then if you're like me and you get dizzy, come up slowly. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water before we do our next one. All right, time for round 2. So we have the row first, shoulders back and down, knees bent, tip like a robot, and we pull. Shoulders go down away from the ears, pull them right back down towards your hips. Getting those elbows as high as you can, and think about sticking your chest out to the floor, because that is going to give you more squeeze through the back. Good. Hands are light. Might even want to put the thumbs on the other side so you don't grip too hard. Oh, it just feels good. Let's do a few more. Good. One more. All righty. Stand that up. Grab the light weights or stay with heavy, depending on which ones you want to use. And we have the squat and the reach. So it's going to be squat, reach, and try to pull into those shoulder blades. You probably won't feel them during the squat, but you should be able to feel them at least right here. And if you just want to do tap and reach like this, that's fine too. Maybe you're not really great with squats. That's okay. You do what you can. And I think I counted those. Reaching up high, feel that stretch. We'll go 2 more each side. Sorry. Good. I know it goes by quickly, doesn't it? Okay, so now we have the shuffle taps. So it's either 2 big steps. You can start on the shuffle taps if you know what you're doing. This would be like your level 1. This would be like a level 2. And this would be like a level 3. Just the shuffle by itself. And level 4, of course, tap. So I'm assuming you were already starting some. So I'm going to start this halfway through 5. If not, make sure you do next time. 7, 8, 9. I knew that. And you know what? We're going to do an extra one here. An extra after the extra because I know I miscounted. And back. Whoop. All right, to the inchworm. All right, you know which way you're doing it. Shoulders back and down, stomach tight. Here we go. Walk it on out. Pinch those shoulder blades. Lift. Lift. Walk it back. There's 1. Here's 2. Make sure you get into that proper plank position. Shoulders down towards the hips. Leg lifts are optional. Yeah, I'm concentrating. Halfway there, I think. And if you're a better counter than I am, then good for you. You could probably finish sooner. Ah, it's the last ones that count. Well, they all count, but you really have to push yourself on the last ones. We got 3 more, which is probably wrong. Always get a good plank. A little tight. Took so long to walk back, I forgot how many we had left, so we'll go one more. Good hold. And there you go. Come up nice and slowly. Ooh, so you had a lot of options in that quick couple of rounds. Main thing is to push yourself and do what feels right. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. That's what leads to injury. Focus on what you can do and focus on doing it well. All right? If you want to stay with me for a little stretch, great. If not, do a little stretch on your own and have a great day. So, for those of you staying with me, we're going to go ahead and get those abs tight, get your balance with your shoulders back, and grab one leg. If you have something to hold on to, do it. Hold on to something so you can focus on the stretch. Not a balance exercise, this is a stretch. All right, so the other side, I know I'm still stiff, so it might take me, ooh, oh, I got it. I wasn't expecting that. All right, so pushing the hips forward and underneath you as you're taking that knee back and trying not to fall over. Loosen that up a little bit. Give me some Frankensteins. That is the straight leg. Whoops, stretch to the front. Yeah, Frankenstein wasn't always, solid, so we fall a little bit. That's okay, but the legs are straight. You're reaching up and feeling that stretch behind your hamstring. Good. All right, staying right there. We're going to open up. This is where you focus on the shoulder blades. Opposite direction, same thing. Focus on the stretch through the shoulders by squeezing your shoulder blades. One more time each way. More you squeeze the shoulder blades, more the chest sticks out, the better your posture is going to be. Good. And we're going to bring it down and relax those shoulders back into that perfect posture. So anytime you do that, you're not really rolling back and forth, you're actually squeezing your shoulder blades back. All right, so we'll stagger those legs because the hip flexors here always need stretching. So you can come up on the back foot or you can leave the foot down, but you're pushing those hips forward, putting your weight on the back leg. You want to feel it right here. That's the part that gets tight when you sit. If you take your arms overhead, put them back behind your ears, and focus on the hip flexor stretch, you'll get a little bit more. So right now we're going to put the foot down if it's not there already, and a slight tilt to the side. So still pushing those hips forward. You want to feel it from the hip flexor all the way up because it is all connected. And center, bring it on down, switch legs. Okay, so either back heel is up or down. I did mine down on the last one, so I'm going to stay consistent. Push those hips underneath you and just hold that stretch. We always rush these too much. We need to be holding them, giving them a chance to relax and get into the position they're supposed to be. So arms back behind the ears if you'd like. Still pushing those hips forward and focusing on that hip flexor. All right, then our little tilt, pushing those arms back a little more. And again, you should feel it all the way down here. Because it is all connected. I know I've had some issues with my knee hurting, and it wasn't my knee. It was, in fact, part of the leg and the lower back. So you'd be surprised. Some things are not what you think. All right, just take a nice deep breath because that was just a quickie. Relax down. Oh, that was a terrible one for me, so let's do a good one. Deep breath. And as you relax down, watch your shoulders drop, your chest goes up, your shoulder blades pinch, your hands, face forward. Your stomach is tight. This is your body's proper position. So it might feel a little stiff, but try to think of this when you're walking around all day. So go get some water and hope to see you next time.